Restaurants offer more than just food. They are also about the atmosphere, the setting, and the experience. The most unusual restaurants in the world are those that push the boundaries and offer something truly unique. From dining underwater to eating in a prison cell, these restaurants offer a one-of-a-kind experience that you won't find anywhere else. Here is a list of the most unusual restaurants in the world. Robot Restaurant. The Robot Restaurant is one of Tokyo's most popular tourist attractions, a show that combines robots, dragons, ninjas, blue-haired dancers, drums, a whole lot of neon lights, and really loud music. It's like a glitter factory exploded, and the explosion was so loud and violent that it caused a unicorn to vomit rainbows all over the walls. You can also see the performers come out dressed as dragons and ninja warriors and futuristic neon assassins and give their all to unimpressed Western faces who were perhaps expecting something different than what the gaudy, flashing, primary color-soaked sign outside promised. The sets are falling apart, the costumes are battered and worn, the robots themselves are remote-controlled monstrosities, and they don't even bother to hide the pilots who follow them around dressed in black with their faces covered in sheer fabric. Despite the name, the Robot Restaurant is not a restaurant, and although you can order sushi bento boxes, they're supposed to be terrible. Eat in one of the many excellent restaurants in Shinjuku instead. The Robot Restaurant sounded fun. Fish Cafe Restaurant. The Fish Cafe is a contemporary seafood restaurant comfortably located in the heart of Hampstead. After months of planning and full refurbishment, they are excited to reconnect with the Hampstead community and welcome guests from further afield. Our concept is simple: to prepare and deliver quality fish cuisine cooked fresh in traditional and straightforward ways. The restaurant is open 7 days a week and meets the needs of the modern diner. They have classic takeaway options at the entrance with exceptional fine dining towards the rear. They use fresh ingredients prepared with passion, the finest lobster, crab, sea bass, sole, salmon, octopus, and more. From the fish concierge to the fish curious, our menu will delight any palate. If this restaurant made you feel hungry, then like our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell icon. These unusual restaurants in the world will not make you feel hungry, but rather scary. Giraffe Manor Cafe. Giraffe Manor is an exclusive boutique hotel owned by the Safari Collection. Often referred to as one of the most Instagrammed properties in the world, Giraffe Manor is set on 12 acres of private land within 140 acres of indigenous forest in the Langata suburb of Nairobi. Giraffe Manor is one of Nairobi's most iconic buildings. The historic manor house has an extraordinary appeal that harks back to the 1930s when visitors first flocked to East Africa to enjoy safaris. With its stately facade, elegant interior, verdant green gardens, sunny terraces, and delightful courtyards, guests often remark that it is like walking into the film Out of Africa. Indeed, one of its 12 rooms is named after the author Karen Blixen. One of the most fascinating things about Giraffe Manor is its resident herd of Rothschild giraffes who may visit morning and evening, poking their long necks into the windows in the hope of a treat before retreating to their forest sanctuary. Giraffe Manor can be booked for the night or as a part of a complete tailor-made Kenya safari with the Safari Collection. The Twin Stars Diner. There's one unusual restaurant in Moscow that has a permanent 2-for-1 deal in place because it's staffed purely by twins. At the Twin Stars Diner, identical twins wearing identical clothing wait for the tables and serve the drinks. Its owner claims that the concept was inspired by a 1964 Soviet film called Kingdom of Crooked Mirrors. In the surreal movie, a girl called Olya looks in a mirror and sees a twin of herself in an alternate reality. That reflection, called Yalo, has a completely different personality though. Twin Stars is certainly a diner with a difference, but it's not unique. New York also features a restaurant staffed purely by twins. Billed as an eatery with Twinergy, Twins Restaurant, run by identical twin sisters Lisa Gans and Debbie Gans and actor Tom Berenger, has been open since 1994. Twins who eat there get 2-for-1 deals on the drinks, while triplets get 3-for-1 and quadruplets 4-for-1. Now it's time for All White. Comment if you can guess what it's about. The Heart Attack Grill. The Heart Attack Grill is an American hamburger restaurant in downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. It makes a point of serving food that is very unhealthy and high in fat, sugar, and cholesterol. In other words, food that, if eaten frequently, will increase the chance of a heart attack, hence the name. The menu is generally themed around items that are exceptionally high in calories and fat. It includes single, double, triple, quadruple, all the way up to octuple bypass hamburgers, ranging from 8 to 64 ounces of beef, with the octuple bypass burger containing approximately 16,000 kilocalories, all-you-can-eat flatliner fries cooked in pure lard, beer and tequila, butterfat milkshakes, and soft drinks such as Mexican bottled Coca-Cola made with cane sugar. Customers can also order unfiltered cigarettes or candy cigarettes. Customers over 350 pounds in weight eat for free if they weigh themselves on a scale before eating. Beverages and to-go orders are excluded, and sharing food are also not allowed for the free food deal. One of the restaurant's promotions is a reward for customers who finish a triple or quadruple bypass burger, after which they are placed in a wheelchair and wheeled out to their vehicle by their personal nurse. The New Lucky Restaurant. Diners at New Lucky Restaurant in Ahmedabad, India literally eat their meals at tables scattered among coffins. Owner Krishnan Kuti had bought land for his restaurant before realizing that it was a former cemetery. Undeterred, he decided to simply build his restaurant anyway, setting up tables around the coffins. 12 of them dot the restaurant and are believed to be remnants of an old Muslim cemetery. According to Atlas Obscura, Kuti believes that eating among the dead is good luck, hence the name of the establishment. Whether that's true or not, the restaurant has been a popular local spot for over 5 decades. Alcatraz, Tokyo, Japan. If you're the kind of person who likes their cocktails stirred with intimate toys, then Alcatraz just might be the place for you. It's one of Japan's oldest and scariest themed restaurants, and it's based on a medical prison. You can check out some food, cocktails, and screams. This weird restaurant is one of 2 jail-themed izakayas in Tokyo's popular suburb of Shibuya. The other is Japan's larger prison-themed chain, The Lockup, which has several branches in Tokyo and around Japan. Where The Lockup is just prison-themed, Alcatraz takes on the theme of a prison hospital. Like The Lockup, when you arrive at this strange restaurant, you'll be handcuffed and led to your cell. At least, that's what happens to everyone else. The fact is, aside from all the signs reminding customers that Alcatraz can be found on several social media sites, the dilapidated, dirty-looking interiors and steel tables give the feel of a haunted prison for the criminally insane. Kawai Monster, Tokyo, Japan. In the first place, a psychedelic carousel welcomes us to an acid trip that, at times, seems to pay homage to the works of Salvador Dali and Lewis Carroll. The central area of the Kawai Monster Cafe in Harajuku, aptly named Mushroom Disco, consists of a giant rotating cake called Sweets Go Round under a roof inspired by the iconic mirror spheres of the disco era. Tables with semi-private seating for small groups surrounded under the shelter of huge, colorful poisonous mushrooms intertwined with candy canes. The milk stand is pure surrealism. Large sheep, unicorns, and rabbit heads drink from giant baby bottles suspended from the ceiling through flexible tubes. The bar at Bar Experiment plunges into the depths of the ocean among the giant, glowing tentacles of a jellyfish. Finally, Mel Tea Room is a corner that provides us with a pleasant and cozy space between pastel colors and a retro 60s style. Methos Restaurant. This award-winning full-service restaurant offers exceptional modern cuisine in a mythical setting that sparks the imagination. Featuring a mix of Mediterranean, Asian, and American fare, Methos' casually elegant menu includes options like Greek salad, pad thai, sandwiches, burgers, and more. There's also a separate children's menu for little ones. The exterior features towering rock formations, cascading waterfalls, and ancient figures carved into the side of the restaurant. The cavernous interior creates the feel of a craggy grotto on a distant ocean. Outdoor seating offers a spectacular view of the park's inland, sea, and colorful lands. Indulge in an outstanding dessert or selection from the full wine list to make your time spent in this mythical place even more sublime. Because the ultimate fact is this is one of the weirdest restaurants in the world. Gyer Museum Bar. Stepping through its doors is a plunge into the immersive artistic universe of the creator of Alien. From floor to ceiling, the entire bar is a mirror of the unique work of Gyer. This biomechanical atmosphere can be found even in furniture with its bone-like structures. The Gyer Bar in Gruyères is located in the Chateau Saint-Germain, which is also home to the Gyer Museum. Open since 2003, its interior is reminiscent of a vaulted place, a sort of cave with arches made of vertebrae. This jewel, created by the designer of Alien, sees the fans of the artist Hans Rudi Geiger flock here, or the curious who discover this place full of contrast in the heart of the medieval town of Gruyères. Only one other Gyer bar can be discovered in Chur, the city where the artist was born. A third Gyer bar was planned in Tokyo at the end of the 1980s in the Shuro-Kanedai district, but this project, complicated by Japanese building codes, led Gyer to withdraw. Although the Tokyo Gyer Bar opened its doors a few years ago, the author of Necronome 4 never set foot there. Another bar in New York was also open temporarily. Cabbages and condoms. Forget dinner and a movie. Why not spend a romantic evening having dinner surrounded by condoms instead? Do not let the unconventional name throw you. Cabbages and Condoms is a restaurant making a difference. The idea might sound strange at first, but the restaurant's goal is not to make first dates awkward or send families running for the hills with what one might consider inappropriate decor. Walking into Cabbages and Condoms feels like you're entering a new era where safe intimacy is great intimacy and everyone is willing to talk about it and even decorate an entire restaurant in light of such an idea. To get to the restaurant, turn down Sukhumvit 12, just a short walk from Asok SkyTrain station and MRT. Then follow the giant sign that points you into the direction of this hidden gem. You then pass through a gazebo of sorts before arriving in the front entryway of Cabbages and Condoms. Guests are first welcome to visit the gift shop, which has an assortment of goods and souvenirs you really do have to sort through before you go. It's worth it. Waterfalls Restaurant. Located in the midst of the Palacio Villa Escudero Resort Plantation in the Philippines, the Waterfalls Restaurant calls for a no-shoes policy as it is located right in the middle of a small river and waterfall. Why go there? Guests are provided with some entertainment in the resort, traditional dance and music shows are often performed here, and nature itself provides many activities from hiking to birdwatching. The bamboo tables and cook stations at the watery eatery sit mere feet from the rush of a small waterfall, allowing guests to lean under the rushing waters after finishing their barefoot meal. Diners can tuck into a Kamayan-style buffet of fish, rice, barbecued chicken and bananas, fresh fruit, and more, all spread across banana leaves. The small falls, known as Labasan Falls, are not actually natural falls, but instead is the runoff from the Labasan Dam, the Philippines' first hydroelectric plant. But despite being an artificial fall that runs beneath the tables at the Waterfalls Restaurant, the uniqueness of the experience is very real. Dinner in the Sky Restaurants. As someone that's, well, terrified of heights, the thought of dangling 150 feet in the air kills my appetite. But if that actually sounds like a thing you'd want to do, Dinner in the Sky is a pop-up restaurant that is suspended from a crane. Restaurant in the Sky uses a steel-carrying structure to hoist the 30-person eatery over 100 feet in the air. There's waitstaff, alternating chefs, and great food and drink. The restaurant's current Brussels event, which opened June 13th and runs through Sunday, June 23rd, includes a 5-course meal for a rough $330. Featured chefs include Yves Madigne, David Martin, Pierre Resmont, Bart de Puder, and more. These unique restaurant reservations are available for noon, 7 p.m., and 9:30 p.m. Marriage in the Sky offers couples the opportunity to get married just as they would in church with a priest, witnesses, family members, and friends, and an organ, but in the clouds, among the angels, and at 150 feet above the ground. This platform can also be used for Swing in the Sky, which gives golfers the incredible experience of playing their swing from 50 meters in the sky. This most unusual restaurant is indeed one delicious food restaurant. Comment if you want to try this restaurant. Undersea Restaurant. There are many undersea restaurants in the world. Etha boasts the title of the world's first all-glass undersea restaurant located 16 feet below sea level at the Conrad Maldives Rangali Island Hotel. Etha Undersea Restaurant serves caviar and Maldivian lobster, just a couple of the menu items to be enjoyed while taking in the 180-degree panoramic views of the water above you. The floor-to-ceiling aquarium inside Al Mahara is exactly the underwater dining experience you'd expect from a restaurant within Dubai's luxurious Burj Al Arab hotel. Al Mahara, which translates to the oyster shell, offers a menu well-suited for the restaurant's ambiance, including poached Tarskaya oysters and sea salt-crusted sea bass. Located underneath the world's largest cylindrical aquarium, the Atrium Bar in the lobby of the Radisson Blu in Berlin serves drinks and small treats prepared by the hotel's in-house passiere. Bar patrons can sip cocktails and eat cake while gazing up at Aquadom's 264,172 gallons of water and more than 1,500 fish. This underwater dining adventure is right in the heart of Nashville. Located within the Opry Mills Mall, the aquarium restaurant offers expansive underwater views of its 200,000-gallon aquarium. The menu includes mahi-mahi, shrimp, and macadamia-crusted tilapia, paired with views of an aquarium that houses more than 100 species of fish from around the world. The aquarium has additional restaurant locations in Denver, Colorado, and Houston and Kemah, Texas. The Kemi Snow Restaurants. In 1996, the people of Kemi decided to build a snow castle as a gift to all the children of the world. The first castle drew over 300,000 visitors and was such a success that they did it again the next year and every year since. Each time a different architect has been used, thus making each castle unique and different. And come the spring, it all melts away. As well as the snow restaurant, there's also a snow chapel, which is popular as a wedding venue, and a snow hotel where guests can spend the night. There are also ice sculptures as well as other exhibitions. The area makes a great base for exploring, with plenty of other activities on offer in the region, such as a cruise on an icebreaker. Sitting on fir-top tree stumps and sitting at the table made of solid ice must rank as a pretty unique dining experience. But the ice theme doesn't stop there. Even the drinks, made from pressed local berries, are served in solid ice cups. For something a little warmer, mulled wine and hot chocolate are provided, and if you fancy something stronger, the restaurant is fully licensed. From cold to hot, from sky to the sea, restaurant theme is everywhere. Reissue Cafe. If you're an avid fan of Japan, you may have already heard of one of the capital's top districts, Shibuya. Shibuya is a must-visit destination for anyone who is into fashion and culture. This area is home to many high-end boutiques and street bands, and it is also considered the center of mainstream youth culture in Tokyo. Shibuya is the heart of Tokyo, full of numerous bars, restaurants, and shops. It also has a variety of coffee shops which are known for serving up unique and innovative coffee. If you're just like most people who love their coffees, here are some of the top cafes worth visiting according to local coffee lovers. Reissue in Harajuku is a coffee house that is known for its 3D latte art. The owner is credited for inventing the concept of art, and it quickly became a fan favorite. They can make 3D art out of chocolate syrup or mold out of foam. They can also make 2D art out of chocolate syrup. With this feature, you can bring in photos of anything you like, and they'll turn them into a fun and unique latte art version for you. Roller Coaster Restaurant. This is one strange restaurant in the world. Located at Alton Towers Resort, the Roller Coaster Restaurant is set below a vast roller coaster track where you can watch where orders tackle 2 gravity-defying loop-de-loops before dropping 8 meters, the equivalent of double-decker buses, down the tornado spiral to the table. Enjoy a full 360-degree dining experience and select from a brand new premium dining menu. Get together with family and friends and make it even more special at the Roller Coaster Restaurant. Lunchtime booking is not essential. Visit the restaurant on the day for the next available table. Booking for dinner time is essential to secure your table. Hold on, are you stressed? Don't be, because now this restaurant will make you feel not comfortable. Comment if you can guess what's next. Au Natural Restaurant. Paris has welcomed its first nudist restaurant where patrons swap dinner jackets for birthday suits in the heart of the City of Lights. The fittingly named Au Naturel opened its doors in southeast Paris last month, serving a menu of classic French cuisine including foie gras, rack of lamb, and crème brûlée. But it isn't the food that has set tongues wagging. At Au Naturel, all diners enjoy their bill of fare in the buff. Once they arrive at the restaurant, guests are ushered into a changing room with lockers for their clothes and valuables, including mobile phones and cameras, both of which are strictly prohibited in the dining room. Unimaginable, right? Another dangerous and scary theme restaurant is next. Devil Island Prison Restaurant, China. Devil Island Prison Restaurant in China is furnished as if it were a true jail, down to the last detail. Thanks to its decoration, which has a large steel frame at its entry as a jail, the inner doors and windows have steel bars and metal floors. It enjoys great realism. The waiters are dressed in black and white striped uniforms as hostages, whilst the security staff is dressed as soldiers. The meal is also served on traditional jail trays. Initially, this Devil Island Prison Restaurant was built to intimidate people and discourage them from pursuing a life of crime and demonstrating the harshness of being in a jail. Customers become prisoners upon entering the restaurant, are photographed, fingerprinted, and optionally handcuffed. After all, you're already in jail, but you're going to dine on a plain metal table. Don't imagine a fancy decorated table to dine in. Stuff, on the other hand, simply looks like ice prison food for decoration purposes, but according to some consumer feedback, tastes completely fantastic. Now it's time for some fresh air, talking about the purely natural themed based restaurant on Bird's Nest Restaurant. Step into our sanctuary for the senses, where the sapphire blue sea meets tropical white sands against a backdrop of lush jungle green mountains. The Bird's Nest Restaurant is located in Saniva Kiri Eco Resort in Thailand. This restaurant gives you the chance to savor a meal sitting in a nest, suspended amid the leafy rainforest canopy. These private bamboo pods on the tops of the trees hang like birds' nests about 16 feet above the ground. Waiters use zip line to deliver food and drinks. You can enjoy a relaxing meal while admiring an amazing view of the landscape, a unique experience with world-class views and gourmet cuisine. Retreat to a setting of unparalleled indulgence where you can truly unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. The Fresh Feast Restaurant. This is another weird restaurant in the world. Their strategy worked better than expected, as just a couple of days after the event, photos and videos of the beautiful waitresses went viral online, with thousands of people weighing in on the unusual sight. Some loved the idea of giving new meaning to the word hot pot, while others were complaining about how degrading it was for women to be used in advertising. But everyone was talking about it, which was just what the owners were aiming for. Thanks to social media, photos of the attractive waitresses soon reached international audiences and got mostly positive feedback. And while this was just a one-time promotional event, one hot pot restaurant, Haikou City, China, did adopt a mandatory bikini dress code for its staff and got shot down for it last year. Local authorities said that the approach was in low taste and went against Chinese socialist values. Toilet Cafe. This is one of the most unusual restaurants in the world. Going out to eat at a fancy restaurant isn't just about the food anymore. A cafe in Indonesia has turned dining into an adventure with a bizarre yet fascinating theme as modern toilet restaurant. At the Jamban Cafe, guests sit on toilet seats around the table and can order traditional Indonesian meatballs floating in soup-filled latrines, along with brightly colored alcohol-free cocktails. The cafe, named after the Indonesian word for toilet, has been open since April and currently only welcomes small groups who book ahead. While the concept of a toilet-themed restaurant is not new, what makes this Indonesian cafe unique is the social message behind it. The owner, Budi Laksono, a public health expert who used to work for the local government, aims to educate people about sanitation and encourage the increased use of toilets. Indonesia has one of the world's highest rates of open defecation, which increases the risk of spreading diseases. Millions of people in Indonesia still live below the poverty line. The cafe was constructed and maintained with a joint fund from a wide range of donors, including doctors and public companies that advocate for public sanitation. Despite its unique and educative approach, the clerics of the Muslim-populated country find it inappropriate and against Islamic law. However, the cafe assures customers that everything, including the food, is carefully sanitized and hygienic. Which one of these restaurants do you wish to visit? Do you think these restaurants are worth visiting? Let us know in your comments below. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comment section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take good care of yourself.